Hello, Impeccable family. I am the Miss Impeccable Peach Tea, and we are back with DJDosDias.
What's going on?
So how's it going?
Everything's good. I can't complain.
Yeah.
Everything's good. How are you?
Fantastic.
That's good.
It's a great day, and we have you here, and you're impeccable, and we are honored because you're just so amazing.
Oh.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this business.
I go by, my stage name is DJDosDias. I've been DJing for about 5 years now. I started my freshman year of college, kind of pushed into it by like my roommates and all of my friends. Prior to that, I've been audio engineering since about the age of 13. So I was kind of familiar with, a lot of like the same terminology and, equipment. My father was a DJ, but I never asked him any questions at all about DJing. Okay. So it was kind of funny how it all worked out when I got to college. And here I am now.
That's awesome. And being a Spelman alum, I'm honored to be in your presence, my brother, okay?
The honor's mine.
So, as I said, from being a graduate from Spelman College and, knowing how sort of Morehouse and Clark functions, we don't always have the necessary materials that some other schools may have.
Right,
so how did you go about creating this and learning everything that you needed to know for you? Was it the passion that drove you? Was it just watching videos? What was your process like for getting so awesome? Because where you go, the party goes always. Trust me, I've been there at one point. So, tell us how the process was for you.
For sure. I think it was a combination of the passion and just kind of like the prior knowledge that I had. Again, like you said, like going to those colleges, they're really historic. Yes. And even like, entering the college and for, not even the first day, the acceptance day. My major was in business marketing, so it was different. I wanted to go to school for music, but my mom and family was like, you need to make sure you understand the business aspect of things, because you can do any business, and whatever you need to do with music, you can apply it to business. So I felt uncomfortable, honestly. I felt like an outcast, but a lot of times that works in your favor. I look back and look at the impact that I left on like the colleges, and it's incredible to me, and that's where like the passion just kind of came in. I'm literally just being me, and I think that's the cool part about it, that I just got to be myself. I didn't have to change, going to Morehouse. Everybody has their like little phases when they come, they go to Morehouse, you're all suited and booted. I had a haircut and whatnot, and then after a while, it's just like, you come out a whole different man. And then after a while, I want to say from like maybe sophomore, junior year, I was just like, no, this is not me. Like, let me do me here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was a combination of the prior knowledge and the passion for sure.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your favorite gig and the best gig and the worst gig, and how you are progressing with, perfecting your craft.
Okay, cool. So I'll start with the favorite gig. My favorite gig actually just happened. It was September 29th. It was like the Caribbean Festival.
Okay.
So
wow.
They celebrated hip hop, soca, Afrobeat, and dancehall music. It was my biggest crowd. Like, it was over like 3,000 people.
Wow.
It was amazing. And again, to go back to my father, he was a DJ. He passed when I was 17.
Okay.
My family's from the islands. He represents Barbados. So I just kind of like took the culture in even more after his passing. So it was just kind of crazy just to be like on a stage in front of like 3,000 plus people. And I'm looking at all these people. I'm like, I would have never imagined myself being in this, in this space right now, playing music that my father loved, that I grew to love, So I'd say that was my favorite gig. The worst gig, so I'll let you in on something. I used to perform in a boy band when I was from 13 years old to 18 years old.
Okay.
So I had like a lot of training. I was a singer. I had like
we're gonna ask you to hit a note real quick.
Yeah, so I don't mind. I was in a boy band. We had like a choreographer, and there were certain things that we were taught. So they always taught us, no matter how many people are like in front of you, perform like it's like 1,000 plus people, like every single time. So I don't really have a bad gig because like I've like trained myself to where I can play in front of 3 people, 20 people,
and still
500,
get the
and just keep going. And I think that's what makes good DJs stand out because you never know who's in your crowd. You know what I'm saying? So to play like I'm playing in front of like I'm playing in Phillips Arena in front of like 3 people, and then out of those 3 people is somebody important and leads to my next gig. You know, that's just how it's gone. So
Then leads you here.
You know, for sure. Yeah, so I don't really have a bad gig.
Okay.
I don't really have a bad gig, so yeah.
Wow.
If I have like maybe like slow nights or something like that. But at that point, I'm just in my head and I just put my headphones on, so I'm gone. I'm not even there.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay. So where are you headed next? What are your next plans? And you know, you've graduated now, so do you continue? Are you going to do your own studio? Are you going to travel with your music? What's next?
So I want to say like the past 4 months since I graduated, it's been pretty amazing, and I feel like I've had like a full year. Like the week after graduation, I was in Jamaica, DJing down there. I came back to a whole bunch of new gigs that I would have never imagined. I've done like pretty much every club, maybe not like Mansion Elon, but most of the clubs in Atlanta. And the way my mind works is like I'm always ready for the next thing, but I never know what the next thing is. You know, most people have maybe like 5-year plans. I just do a week-to-week plan. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So what do I need to be doing differently this week? Because what I've realized is a lot of the time that I spend trying to figure out what my next step is, it never really works that way. You know what I'm saying? You know, God has a completely different plan for me, obviously. So whether that's me touring, traveling more, I'm not sure until the opportunity comes, for sure. But I just prepare. You know what I'm saying? I just prepare and I be consistent. I even like will wear shirts that say prepare and be consistent, you know, just to remind myself and the others around me. So I don't really ever know exactly what the next step is. I just prepare for whatever that next step is. Yeah.
So for those who are trying to get in the game, getting in the industry, and you know are a little hesitant about where they should start and how they should, you know, progress, what words of advice do you have? That's
a crazy question because I still feel like I'm still trying to get into the industry. Again, I say just prepare yourself for sure. It's a lot of politics. It's a lot of who you know, and just try not to get so stuck on perfecting your craft. For sure, perfect your craft by all means, but you don't want to get stuck being in your basement and just DJing and just practicing because there's other things that have to be done. You got to go network. I think that's with anything in entertainment. Like you got to go network, you got to go meet this person, meet that person, make these connections. And I feel like that's what will get your talent out. So that's like my biggest advice is just like not to just sit in your basement and practice. Like get out and network. Like you have to. And I'm only saying that because I always tell people like the younger DJs that I like mentor or whatnot that are still at Morehouse or you know just other places. I always tell them I do not know everything. I don't. I'm literally going with the flow, and with whatever I run into and I can teach somebody else, I will. Yeah. But look at me as if I'm on the same level as you, because that's how I feel like I should do for the biggest of DJs. You know, whether it's DJ Khaled. There's no difference between me and DJ Khaled besides opportunity. So that's how I try to look at it. Okay. You know, that was okay advice right there. Right?
That was great advice. Okay? That was great advice.
You know, just keep moving and networking.
Keep pushing it.
Practice and network. Do those two things.
Practice and network. I think everybody in any industry needs to know that.
Right.
Everybody needs to know that. Perfect your craft. So, for all of those out there, what makes you impeccable? Man. Deep question.
You know what? This is probably the first question I can think off bat, and I think it's my work ethic for sure. I think it's tough. It's tough being in entertainment and trying to break. And you learn a lot through your failures most of the time. So I say my work ethic. I do a little bit every day. I was just taking notes on audio engineering yesterday, like the basic notes, just to like refresh everything for me, because I'll have clients all the time. But you know, you can never be too good. You know, in regards to DJing, I'm downloading music every day from like different genres, trying to be the best open format DJ I can be. You know, do little tricks that are, you know, you've been to the parties, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, try to do tricks that are like, I'll look straight at you at the party and just like, you ready? You ready? You're like, no, what are you talking about, those? What are you talking about, those? Then boom, it's a whole nother song. So just my work ethic makes me definitely impeccable. Definitely.
So, side question, have you gotten a chance to work with any celebrities, any stations, any news outlets? What is your networking been like throughout your process?
So I haven't gotten the chance to, actually, no, I was just about to lie. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say like I've worked with celebrities, because I don't really know what working with celebrities is exactly.
Have you met? How about that?
Met, definitely.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Plenty. CeeLo Green. I'll name some of my favorites. CeeLo, Keith Sweat.
That was my favorite.
Those are some of my. Those are like two of my favorites, definitely.
Okay.
Usher. And I think everyone else that I've worked with, or I've met, everyone else that I've met, I'm pretty much around them all the time. So like I look at all of like my my OGs as like celebrities. Like they DJ for some of like the biggest names. You know, Pete For Real, DJ Mark B. These are my celebrities. DJ Mark B, DJ Black Boy, Cody Got Beats. Man, it's a lot of them.
Okay.
Tone, DJ Tone, and all these guys. What's crazy is most of these guys came from like the AUC too. So and they work for stations. DJ Peasy. These are like my celebrities, the guys that I kind of like look up to, that are always around this and that person, and I eventually end up around them too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So for those who don't know, where can they find you? You know, out and about, and what's your next gig, and where can they follow you on social media? Cool.
So you can really follow me on social media, and everything I do, I post like a weekly schedule every week of my events. On Instagram, it's @DosDias_. That's DosDias_. On Twitter, it's DosDias_. DosDias_. You can go to my website. I have a lot of content on there. IamDosDias.com. That's really about it.
Okay. Well, we are so glad to have you here once again.
No, I'm glad to be here.
It was
Y'all
great.
down the street.
He truly is impeccable. Check him out. And until next time, read it, love it, support it. It honors you.